And boom.
Leave
We are
meeting?
back,
No,
everybody.
that's not leave meeting.
We are back from our 1 week hiatus, the new show format. We do a show every 2 weeks. If you are tuning in, we thank you. If you're listening to us on your podcast devices, we thank you as well. Everybody who's watching us on YouTube, leave a comment. Let us know what you guys think. Thank you again for subscribing. You guys missed. Snail was wearing the most thickest sweater known to man.
And took it off.
And he took it off.
Yeah.
But we couldn't do it during the show because that would have
Do it live. No, yeah, it'll be an over 18s show.
Yes.
next episode.
It's my OnlyFans account. We need to go through for that.
That's right, guys. If you guys want more information on that, Snail's OnlyFans account, please search it. Please, Wooden Snail OnlyFans.
Wooden Snail without a shell. That's what it's called.
Without a shell. My God.
Hashtag 2267.
My God, we're getting a little bit too crazy. Well, guys, let's recap. Let's go back, man. It's kind of difficult to kind of remember everything that's happened because the story is going crazy. Which Snail's gonna kind of bring some information to us at the end of towards the end of the episode. Seems like there's so much content going on each and every week. If you miss a week, like me, I missed a couple weeks, and I feel like I am lost. It's like watching a TV show, personally, like watching a TV show and you miss a couple episodes and everybody's talking about the current episode. And I'm like, whoa, hold on. How do we get here? What the hell's going on? You know? So there's a lot of stuff we need to talk about. I know the last couple of weeks has been pretty much ruled by Trials. Trials has been a topic of people. We're going to be talking about some data that happened here in week 3. But that's somewhere where we can start with that. But before we start with Trials information, we're in the middle of the season. I was actually hoping for Season of the Lost, the Halloween event, to be kind of up and running here pretty soon, which it wasn't. Maybe they're going to do something next week. New secrets are coming out of the Shattered Realm. I believe you get to fight a boss, which I don't know. Apparently there's a boss in there that we get to fight.
There is. Yeah,
okay.
We did.
There's multiple cutscenes that I haven't seen. Snail was kind of explaining to me. Very important, but I'm sure you guys know what's going on. We're just kind of catching myself up at this point. Iron Banner is here. We've been having some fun with Iron Banner. How's the Iron Banner experience been for you guys, actually? It's a good question. We can start there. You guys enjoying it this time around? They did make some changes. It used to be 125 to win a match. They upped it to 150. More points, and then the mercy rule is a little different. I did play a couple of matches where I specifically said these words. I'm like, how come we're not being mercied, or why are we not mercying this team? Like, it looks like it kind of shifted a little bit. So any thoughts on that, guys?
I think the biggest issue is not the changes. The biggest issue is the transition between having multiple different platforms playing with you. So PlayStation is a particular issue because especially for me, because I'm a UK network dialing into an American network to then play with people on PlayStation on a different network altogether, and all I'm getting is people glitching all over the map, rubber banding, disappearing in front of you, shooting before they even come around corners, shot through walls. It's just a farce, to be honest. I know Ness has said previously, need a button to turn them off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at other games, what is it? What's that one game we like to play a lot? It's PvP based. Comp. I mean, what the heck is it? Now I can't think of COD.
Survival?
So yeah. So you actually have
COD.
that option. COD. So you actually have that option to crossplay with someone.
That's right.
So if you don't want to, you can actually select it, and you're just playing with console people. So I think in this matter, we kind of should with the PlayStation people, because they see us before we see them. They, like Snail said, they are extremely fast. And now with Vex Mysticlass, I mean, you turn around the corner, they already know where you are before you even look through the room, you know? So yeah, I think we should have that option. Personally.
Yeah, there's been some stats on the Vex Mythiclass. I know Snail has kind of talked a little bit about it. I don't know if he talked about it on the show before, but there's a small percentage of people that have it. And I believe that was the majority of the kills, or the weapon that was used during Trials. Week 2, I want to say.
6 million kills in week 2, 4 million in week 3 for a weapon that's only in 5% of people's hands. How's that possible?
And you know what? Part of me doesn't want it to be nerfed in a sense, because I want to get my hands on it and gonna try it out. You know, I mean, I know some of us do. I believe none of us have it.
Rob
But
does.
chances are, every time we get a weapon, every time we get a hold of a weapon, it's always like
Snail nerfs it.
post
Sorry.
nerf. You know, it's always been nerf. But
well, you know, Rob has it, and he actually said that it's not an easy weapon to use. So I'm
He hasn't got a
wondering.
catalyst though.
yeah,
He does have a catalyst, but I'm wondering also because a majority of the people that seem to be using it are the PlayStation. I mean, maybe their network thing is kind of a benefit with that weapon.
yeah.
So,
PlayStation Network is a little different from Xbox.
mhm.
I know other games
If
like
I-
I want to say Apex and even I want to say Fortnite. They do play together, and you know, other people have explained that their network is just slightly off. Like something's different about them. That's all.
Yeah.
I've had multiple experiences. If I play on my own network and invite you guys to play on my network, I experience less of the issue. And
Okay.
in fact, I can play around people with Vex Myth class with Darkness Before because I can outmove their shots.
You're gonna adjust a little
It's
bit.
really hard on a different network.
Yeah.
I don't know what causes the issue. It should all be the same sort of connection, not all this mix, chop and change.
It's rough, man. It's rough out there, especially right now being at the first week of, I think the first week ever that they've done this, where we have Iron Banner and no trials. So this weekend, I have a feeling it's going to be massively sweaty. They don't want to keep the community kind of separated, but there's some people that do like Iron Banner. There's some people that kind of stay away from it. They just kind of grab their pinnacles and bounce. Excellent way to get 4 pinnacles. So if you guys want to do that, just get the bounties and switch all 3 characters and get those pinnacles to go with that. But let's get into trials talk. As of right now, we've had 3 weeks of trials since they revamped it, and really interesting. Actually, I saw a tweet. I don't know if I can quote it correctly. I don't know where I saw it from. But what amazed me is that within this 3 weeks, we've had more people play trials than the last 4 seasons combined. I want to say since Beyond Light came out, like that much people have more been engaged in trials since Beyond Light first started, you know, which was pretty amazing. It shows how fun it is. The changes are different. Obviously the rewards makes a big difference. You know, you get rewards for losing and also for winning. That was probably one of the main things that's changed, and it was also good. I had the opportunity of going flawless all 3 weeks. Certain weeks were harder. I believe we talked about this before the show. Week 2 was the hardest, I believe, which week 2 has been the one that the majority of people do not like. Week 3 is when they brought this new game mode, which is kind of capture the flag, but they're giving Bungie the benefit of the doubt because they're trying something different. They wanted to kind of shake the box up a little bit, and there's been feedback. I believe I got an email the other day that said, like, how was your experience? You know, it's like a little survey. So I filled it up and kind of sent it in. But since last time we talked, guys, I'm kind of curious how your guys' experience have been. I know Ness didn't get to play a whole lot week 1, and Snail was really grateful week 1 when we went flawless together. It was an amazing, but I'm kind of curious how you guys did, man. Any questions? I got a picture here I want to show you guys. It's kind of funky. What is this debacle that I'm looking at right here? What is going on with this? Who is this person right here? I'll get my curse on this. Who's this?
Who are these people, Ness?
Who are these people?
I don't know. Who are these people? That's not me. Is it? Is it
I
me?
mean, it's definitely not the
It
3
is
warlocks.
me.
It's definitely not the 3 warlocks because there's a Titan right in the middle. So I don't know what's going on. So
It is me. It was my moment of glory where they were like,
You lost on your phone.
Don't fall off the map and they wouldn't tell me because what. And I was just petrified, and I was like looking around, but I was being really cautious about it.
Yeah.
My experience as far as trials, this is honestly the most I've ever played trials since Destiny 1, honestly.
This last week 3?
Yeah, this was the most. I can tell you from my experience that the flag thing, it was a little different, but there was a couple times where it was the saving grace because there's a couple times where it was Noob and Snail going out there murdering, and there I was on the flag, you know, and we would win that match because there I was secretly with the flag.
Yeah.
I know that Noob kind of him being more of a trials player, he did not like the flag very much. it kind of made it unfair for them because of what I would do. I would try to get the flag whenever I could, because I mean, and this, I kind of told it to him, even though we went through that card, when we went through it, like we tried the second week, I want to say, we tried to do it and we went through 5 different cards and had to reset. And it was super frustrating. But this last week was actually a lot easier. And we went and we did, I think we only went through the card like twice, I think, Snail. And then from there, once we got that 6th win, we're like, oh shit, it's happening. Because we still had our mercy. But I honestly have to say, I feel like a little bit of a Trials poser, because it was my first time flawless. I did have someone like Noob who actually kind of carried us. And Snail, of course, has been like, well, basically he's like Noob number 2 or whatever. So it being the first time, it was nice, but I still feel a little bit like a little poser, but I got it. So I don't care. And I got good stuff.
I was really happy for you guys when you guys, I was out of town and you guys were sending me messages like, so-and-so made it to the tower, so-and-so made it to the tower, and then Carla made it to the tower. Like majority of our clan mates, week 3 was like the time they made it to the tower, which was really, really amazing. I believe Rob, Clone, first time Clones ever made it to the tower. Jay as well. I think it was his second time.
Jay did legit for once.
Yeah, legit for one, Jay. Jay, I know you're watching the YouTube channel, and we're proud of you. You did it legitimately. Okay.
Well,
so yeah, that was amazing.
Them turning that off, I feel like helped a lot.
Okay, so yeah, let's talk about that real quick before we get into Snail stuff. Is that the change that they did is the flawless pool, which was immediately activated on week 2. As soon as you went flawless, it was extremely hard to kind of get those wins with your card, because it was hard. You got all the flawless players going in there. The difference from week 1 is as soon as you went flawless, you can go back and pick up friends. You can pick up anybody and just take people flawless after flawless after flawless. The only problem is the people that were there solo, which Snail's going to bring out some experiences. Week 1, week 2 seemed like they were getting stomped pretty hard, like 5 zeros, 5 1s. So Bungie had to make some adjustments, switch things up. I believe this week it was, which is going to be from now on. If I read the notes from the TWAB, this is going to be the footnote from every Trials from now on, is at Sunday reset, the flawless pool is going to take over. So the best times to play looks like it's going to be Friday night, Saturday evening, and then all the flawless pools jumps in Sunday into Monday. So those are the changes that happens. But I'm kind of curious how your experience is, Snail, too, because you normally go in to kind of warm up a little bit. You go in solo a couple times in there. There's a couple of pictures that we have in here too that I can share.
So yeah, my solo experience has been interesting. I've done all 3 weeks solo. The first week, I remember texting Vega saying that I got to 5 wins with a mercy, and then I lost then like 7 in a row before I won my last 2. The second weekend was just stomp after stomp after stomp. It was really difficult to do anything solo. But the overriding thing I'm experiencing in the solo playlist, and happened more in the third weekend, the early weekend, is what we're seeing in front of us. And this picture, if you're on YouTube, is the amount of times I queued in solo to find I've only got 1 teammate, which is really frustrating because it penalizes me, but doesn't penalize the person that has backed out, apart from they can't log in for a little bit. Or back into Trials, but it's a very minimal penalty. The one that really frustrates me is I went Sunday, 5 games, flawless, didn't know a single issue, didn't use my mercy. Got in touch with Noob. I said, Noob, can you just give me a hand just to do the last couple of games? So he jumped in with me, and on our 6th game, first of all, we had a teammate just basically do nothing and jump off and do absolutely ridiculous things. And then next one, so that was our mercy gone, was this game. We lost 5-3, but we queued in with only 2 people, me and Noob. So we didn't have a teammate for the whole match, yet we still managed to win 3 rounds. But I mean, that just wiped out my then flawless card, just because people were backing out. And that's happening more and more. I'm seeing it in the solo queue. You have to have a team of 3 if you want to go flawless. I know it's not meant to be designed for solo player to go flawless, but the achievement that I was trying to go for was doing that, because that'd be quite an achievement, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you see the YouTubers doing it all the time for fun, but I've used it as a way of sort of progressing my skills in PvP, I suppose, because you're playing against the best people when you're in really tough situations. So yeah, it was more fun the second time than the first time in some ways. The first time was amazing, and Vega was amazing for getting me there, but the second time getting Ness there was really exciting, and I kind of felt I must have felt for you, Vega, when you got me there. It's really exciting to take a friend there, isn't it?
It is.
So it was quite an achievement and a very enjoyable day.
Don't fall off the map.
So did you?
Where do I go?
This is a question for Snail. Did you experience my back pain that I had week 1? So obviously you did, right?
I didn't feel like that halfway through. I was using a different set
Was
of weapons.
Ness heavy enough? Was Ness heavy?
30 pounds.
I swapped back to my old loadout, and then it became easy again.
Easy. Oh man, no, I'm just messing with you guys. But yeah, I'm really happy you guys were able to experience the lighthouse. The lighthouse is something that, I mean, people told me about it. It's the coolest thing ever. You're only there, literally. I mean, you can be there as long as you want, but there's not so much stuff to look at. Just being there, everything's so golden. There's a giant chest in front of you. I mean, it's unique. It's different. It shows you your reward for getting those 7 wins, which is amazing. I want to piggyback of your point too, Snail, when you were talking that you and Noob had a hard time doing that. You guys went 5-3 on that last round. That was one of the complaints a lot of the people were saying with this Trials labs that they introduced, capture the flag. It was almost impossible for those 1v2s or even those 1v3s to happen because of that flag. 2 guys can be holding somebody off, kind of teasing and moving them around, while one guy's capping, like Ness was talking about, and they'll win the round. Not so much the best players or the best team would win, is whoever controlled the flag at some point. So those are some of the things that Bungie is going to be addressing as the weeks go on. As we get into the data, though, looks like 667,000 people played this mode, which was really cool. There was about 33,000 from previous weeks, because of obviously week 1 was the most and week 2 was still fresh, but there were still 220,000 people that went flawless, including you guys, which was amazing. But some of the stats that stood out to me from reading the TWAP, it was the solo win rate remained at 27%, and then the solo blowout rate was at 37%. So once the pool was activated on Sunday, it kind of dropped to below 30. So it's doable. It's hard, but it's
interesting.
Doable.
So what do you think my win rate is in Trials for this season?
I'm not sure. What is it?
It is 48%.
48%.
And I've done majority of it solo. Okay.
Oh wow.
Which is interesting, really, when you look at the stats.
Yeah, you're part of the statistics, more or less. I mean, you're doing pretty good. Some of those 5-0s, those 5-1 matches, they kind of diminished a little bit when it came to on Sunday, Sunday, Monday, but they were fairly high, 55% on Friday, Saturday. Friday is an interesting game to play Trials. I don't know if you guys ever experienced the Friday Trials. It's when everybody comes in there and then everybody's trying to race towards that flawless thing. And some of the games get extremely sweaty. Some of those games that you think I think what was one of the things that someone said to us, that the first 5 games are typically the hardest. Once you get past the first 5 games, like the last 3 games, that felt like a breeze. I believe one of the pictures that I have there of you guys is the last final game, the 7th game, where you guys won 5-0. I mean, like, it should be the most stressful game, but it seems like I've had an experience like that myself, where at the last game we won 5-0, we swept, which was really, really interesting, to say the least on that. But some of the things that were happening too, some people were complaining that the pool was kind of activated a little bit earlier than usual. That was one of the things that said that there was like a bug where I'm going to read it verbatim because I'm not sure if I'm going to miss anything here. They found one bug that in the pool-based matchmaking interacts with disabled pools. So if you had like an 0-1, 0 wins or a win 1 of a flawless card, you were put into that flawless pool. Is that what they're trying to say?
Yeah.
But it wasn't supposed to do that, right? It's supposed to wait until until Sunday. So
So
it
it felt like your
recognized,
first games were your hardest.
yeah. So it recognized the pool of Sunday was reactivated a little bit earlier. So that was kind of interesting. But overall, like I said, man, Trials is doing really good. I'm kind of bummed out that they didn't really do it this week, but I do understand why they didn't do it, because of the they don't want the player base to kind of dial down a little bit. Because man, I honestly think we should petition Bungie on this. They should not have Momentum Control and Iron Banner together. I mean,
No, I agree, because I love momentum control.
Momentum Control is so cool. I mean, I love it too. You can work on Catalyst. You can try out different weapons. I mean, you can do it, but an Iron Banner is like if you love both game modes, I mean, you don't know where to go. You know, they should put like Clash or in Iron Banner or something like that. I don't know. I do wish that they could do a little bit more of these trial labs on Iron Banner,
on different maps, maybe even.
Yeah, some change up a
It'd
little
be
bit.
interesting to change Saladin to have a similar layout to Saint 14, with like a, you know, different ranks to get the pinnacles and get an ascent shard, the shade or it might be. That seems much better. The way they've done Trials just is much easier to rank up than if you think about Vanguard at the moment. That is really difficult to rank up quickly. Whereas Trials felt about right. Crucible seems a bit quick because I've already like reset 5 or 6 times.
It's that
I've done Trials once.
That win streak, you know, that win streak kind of helps you get there. But that's pretty interesting too. You know what? Now that you were talking about the labs, the changes that they're going to be making, Snail, let's talk about some of the stuff. I know you were mentioning a couple of things.
It's interesting that they did some research about, did some game testing to see where the flag would be best placed. So they did some initial testing with it in the middle of the map, and they found the matches are really boring. Whereas I was thinking as I was playing, that's the best place to have it, because it put the engagement in the middle of the map. But they were saying there's loads of wasted space in the map. Okay, I can see that. But the problem with what's happening
Change the map.
The map didn't help. It was the worst map possible for that particular thing. But what was happening in the games you were playing is, by the time they had lost and it was in their section, they would always win that round. It was very difficult to beat somebody who's in their home section. So it became really back and forth, didn't it? And it was like a really strange sort of tactical battle to get there. Interesting catching flag. The map probably didn't work. So they're looking to have more detail to then go and look at it again and see what they do. To me, it would be design a map that fits that particular game style. And then I was thinking to myself, what other things could they do? Because Trials is all about, you have obviously 3 players, and as you kill one, you have to pick one up, and you only have a certain amount of lives, don't you? What other game modes could you do? You could have, like, remember the old one where you had to pick up a bomb and set your bomb off in the opponent's section?
That's
the only other thing I could think that we could do differently. There's no other game modes we've currently got. They'd have to design something completely different, wouldn't they? In all honesty.
Well, they took away, I think Supremacy was another option where you pick up their engram or tags, which I think is kill confirm. It's like a Call of Duty thing, right?
The Rift was pretty cool.
The what?
The remember was like the Rift.
Oh, Rift. Trials Rift. I don't know if I would ever.
That would be so fun.
It'll be Titans with mobility at 100, and I mean the mobility is going to win that match no matter what. Your mobility will be which kind of makes you think about armor setup and stuff like that, which is kind of nice. But they are going to be bringing more Trials labs in the future, but this one, like you were saying, they want to change it a little bit, so that's kind of weird.
The couple of changes they will make if they bring the flag back, because one of the things people were particularly doing quite a lot of is killing the team, then making sure they captured the flag, because it gave them a boost in super energy. We worked that out halfway through, and that's what we were doing as well. They're going to turn that off because they felt that was too much super energy and was advantage to the team to kill you and then take the flag. Funny enough, I was talking to Vega before we came online about Frostbolt and what he had been doing. So he challenged him. Who else was on his team? I can't remember who the people were, but they were no guns allowed, they could only punch people, and they were titans with bubbles. And their mission was to capture the flag and win trials matches just by capturing the flag. It's the funniest thing to watch, because they go into sections where they have to crawl and get their way to the other side of the map because they've won a bit, and then go into a little doorway and wait for them to get to the stage where there's only a couple of seconds left, then jump out, put their shields up, and there was punching matches between the shields. It's the funniest thing. And they just keep letting bubbles down, and then people were counting with Nova bombs as soon as they worked out what was going on. But they had, because they had the chest of loopy thing on, they had loads of orbs, so they kept getting their
It
bubble
just
back
kept
again.
looking bubbles and bubbles.
So it was like
bubbles,
bubble. It's fantastic. It's the funniest thing. So they lost 5-4 in the first one, and then the second one they won 5-4 because they started to work out exactly what they needed to do to win. But it is the funniest thing to watch. But it shows there's other ways of playing the game mode, but also the benefits of capturing the flag, because you get a little more super from killing a few people and capturing the flag than you did from just killing a few people. So they want to get rid of this snowballing effect as well that was kind of happening, and you probably noticed that as we were going through rounds that we were losing Ness, where as soon as one team had won a couple, we were snowballed into the fact that we just steamrolled. So they want to stop that from happening, because obviously the super build up, because they killed us, and our super's not going up because we're not alive for most of the time. So there's some play testing to happen. I know Carla said that she had an invite to do some play testing. So it's interesting that they're getting in touch with player base to do some play testing.
Mm-hmm.
And also sent the email around as well. So plenty of feedback to come back and more things to work on.
That's finally when they're letting somebody who actually plays their game play test stuff, which makes sense. Before, I mean, some of the things that Bungie has done in the past, they're like, yeah, it works. And then when we ended up, getting our hands on it, we ended up breaking it, things like supers or Telesto. Geez, I think Telesto's still not working, right? As far as I know.
No, it's working again.
Oh, it is working. So it's back. Okay.
Yeah.
So Peak must have been happy having it in week 3. First 2 weeks it wasn't available. But what's funny about that that capture the flag mode? Because when we first did it, we're like, okay, I understand what it means. We lose a round, it comes to us. I was like, okay, perfect, guys. The first week we were playing. The first game we're playing, we were up 4-0. And we're like, okay, guys, let's lose this round so the flag can be on our end. Oh, no, that doesn't work anymore. The moment you have 4 wins, the flag spawns in the center or on their side if we beat them. So it's kind of different, but it's always in the center. You can't trick the system. So that's something that I thought was pretty nice that Bungie kind of recognized that, but they didn't recognize the people like Ness who were just going to be sitting there the whole time and waiting for to count that stuff. You must have supers all the time too, huh? Because you get super energy just from sitting there, right?
Yeah.
So you must have gotten supers left and right, man.
I do remember Ness in panic mode in super, like killing 2 people, and me and Noob had gone down. There's one person left, and she's like, "I'm here for the map." They're capturing the flag, and you can see her on the gameplay just running around trying to get to the flag in time to kill him. It's the funniest thing, because you can hear the voice, the panic.
It was our 6th match. It was our 6th match, and it was the last round. No, they weren't gonna win. No way.
Oh my god, that's funny, man. You see, this is awesome, man. These are the things that one of the things we were talking about before we started the show is that we're going to be celebrating 1 year of us, doing this show. And if you guys remember the earlier episodes, we talked about how, man, Trials is so hard. We're never going to go to the lighthouse. We were like Debbie Downers, man. We're Debbie Downers. I'm never going to get unbroken. I'm never going to get to 5,500. And then look at us now, guys. We've actually gotten better. The more you play, the better you get, I feel. And that's one of the things that I told Snail. I was like, hey, Snail, you've gotten better. You used to hate PvP. And this guy's all texting me. He's like, hey, bro, I spent 19 hours playing 19 hours playing Iron Banner straight. And I'm like, bro, calm down.
I just want to shake you, like baby shake you.
Yeah, there is a picture I added into the picture thing. So it's interesting.
I know. I'm going to share that. I'm going to share that. That's actually pretty good.
Is he showing off?
Oh, he's showing off.
He's talking about the flexing.
Look at that right there.
Let's see.
This is a unicorn. This is a unicorn right here.
It is a unicorn.
This is a unicorn. You rarely get to see
this. This is the sort of the accumulation of all the hard work coming into this. A couple of matches were like this, so 17 KDs and stuff, but getting a rerun in normal control, not in Iron Banner, should add, is pretty good for me as a noob that usually dies a lot and sits at a low KD. And if you look at my year, my whole life KD in Destiny, it's below 1. But that's been ruined from years of not liking PvP and just doing it to get some kills rather than actually try and play properly.
Just like you circled,
so you
the
20.
My 2.0. I saw how that. I thought that was
he hid your 2.0.
He doesn't exist.
For those who don't know, though, we ran is 20 kills in a row without any deaths of yourself.
Nice.
There's also an associated medal with that if somebody would have killed you. Do you guys know what it is?
Yeah, there's
I've gotten it before.
Yeah, whenever you kill somebody in a 20 streak, it's actually a medal you get. I forgot what it's called. I don't know if it's Ghost in the Night. No, I don't think it's that one.
Ghost in the Night, I had 2 of those in that match. That's 7 kills without anybody shooting you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Without anybody shooting you, look at this guy. Look at this guy. He doesn't like PvP over here. The PvP god. Golly,
he was hacking the system. I reported him.
All right, guys. Well, if you guys want to search for Wooden Snail 2268, he's going to do Trials carries next week all by himself. If you guys want to hit him up, guys, make sure you friend him, request him.
I'm not that good.
He's a guaranteed.
He likes to carry 2 people at a time.
No, not paid. He will do it pro bono. He will do the pro bono. You just got to give him.
Can I say thank you, Noob, for taking us through, because it was pretty amazing, and I appreciate his help.
Yes, yeah, Noob helped me on my first one, and then he helped you guys. So yeah, this is one of the guys we talked about previous episodes where he messaged me out of the blue and said, "Hey man, I can help you guys if you guys are having hard time with PvP." So he's definitely stepped up. He's joined the clan, and yeah, we appreciate him a whole lot. I believe in our Discord, one of the members suggested we started a GoFundMe for him and give him some money for helping us out. Oh my god, that's hilarious. But well, that's all the trials talk we have. Unless you guys want to bring out any other issues, we can move on to the next thing. You guys like pins? Because there's pins. A nice one in here, and this one has an awesome message, guys. Let me show you guys the picture. If you guys are watching us on YouTube, check this out. This is pretty cool. Look at this bad boy.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really nice. This is pretty much because the month of October is Disability History Month. It's National Disability Employment Awareness Month as well. So Bungie, like they always do when it comes to any social issue or movement that's important, they jumped on it. So they designed this little pin, and it got released today, October 1st. So if you go to the Bungie store, you can buy it, and all the proceeds go. They go to profits to Able Gamers Foundation, which Able Gamers Foundation is a foundation that believes everybody should have a chance to play video games regardless of your disabilities and stuff like that, which is amazing. I like it. It's pretty sharp. I like that.
I don't know how I feel about that though, because this is Hispanic Heritage Month. They can't take our month.
I know there's so many things that try to squeeze into a month.
I'm
there,
just
guys.
saying. Am I wrong?
Snail, any thoughts on that?
Well, over here it's Black History Month, so
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Is it the colorblind month too?
And that's next month. And on the subject of colorblind, I found other people playing in colorblind mode.
Did you?
Yeah.
Noob plays in colorblind mode.
Wow, look at you guys.
So now I can't make fun of the society out open anyway. Do my own thing.
Oh my god. Well, this is an awesome
the only
pin.
one. There's loads of people playing colorblind. Anyway, sorry, go on.
Yeah, this is an awesome pin, man. This is an awesome thing that Bungie's doing. That's one of the things that I've known friends that have gone to the army and come back. Not themselves. They've had a couple, limbs and things missing, and they have fun sometimes, even just playing with custom made. Consoles, custom made controllers and stuff. Friend of mine has one of those. It's pretty cool. He loves games, and just the fact that they're being recognized for their hard work, for living with a disability and actually moving forward. Bungie's doing a really good job with that, and also stepping on the shoes of Hispanic month, like Ness says. You know, it blows me away too, Snail, that it's Black History Month over there.
Yeah.
And
That was
in the
last month,
UK,
though,
Snail's in the
wasn't
UK. We have Black History Month here in February, which is awful because it's the smallest month of the year. You know, it's like the
Yeah.
shortest month of the year. It's like, oh, here you go.
Yeah.
You know, but I would think that certain months, obviously, it's an American thing too. But I would think you guys would have similar things out there. Do you guys have
different in each country?
Do you guys have Pride Month over there or no?
Yeah.
What month is it?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
month?
I can't remember when Pride is. I couldn't tell you.
I believe it's
Which
July
month
for
fall?
us, right?
I think it is July for us.
July, yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. I know Autism Awareness Month is April, I want to say. I don't know if you guys have something like that too. There's a lot of different months and awareness months and stuff like that they have. I know August, I believe that's Ness's entire birthday month. No one can do nothing. Right? They get the whole month. F Joe, F Silly, F Rob. I mean, F all those people that have the same birthday the same month. Oh my God. That's funny.
Alexis Awareness Month.
It is, yeah.
Well, we have some fashion to talk about, some things that they dropped. I think Ness is going to bring us some information. There's a book, I heard.
Yeah, there's a digital fashion magazine called Threads of Light. So basically, once again, Bungie's really good about just making us want more emblems for looking really cool. So we've got, they've actually picked out a couple people that have kind of gotten a nice little emblem. The only thing is that we're kind of reporting this a little late. The last day of actually them selecting people was September 30th. So today's the 1st. So it's too late for you. I'm sorry.
It's too late, Sam. Sorry,
it's too
but
late for you.
that's the curse.
For God's sake.
That's the curse of doing a
Designed
show every
podcast
2
in
weeks.
1 week.
I was thinking that we could all dress up like homeless guardians, like Vega,
Brilliant.
I won.
then
I
send
won.
it in.
Oh my
I'm
God.
blaming
Day
you.
one. Blue rag.
It's your
But
fault.
yeah,
He says, Snail really wanted to participate. It's like, I'm blaming
too
you.
late. I'm so
It's
sorry.
too late.
Did you read the 12?
Your story doesn't help me now, does it?
No, it doesn't. But Threads of Light, hashtag Threads of Light. I mean, if you still want to kind of show off, you can go ahead and throw that up there. And you'll probably get a thumbs up from a friend.
That's about the best I can hope for. A thumbs up from a friend. Sounds painful.
I like the other notes that we have for our show notes and stuff. Snail's like, should we submit our Warlocks?
I
I ignore my show notes because obviously I don't read.
I started laughing. I was like, yeah,
We
yeah,
can,
we totally can.
Actually, mine will get denied immediately because my homeless warlock wouldn't make it past the front door. They'll be like, "Excuse me, sir,
Well-
the waiters are on that side." You know. Gee.
I think next time this happens, Snail, we'll all get together.
Yeah.
We'll dress up like homeless warlocks and we'll submit it in. You know,
It looks like this is going to be an ongoing thing. I don't think this is going to
It
be a
is.
one-time
It
thing.
is.
So yeah, so
it is a
gonna be-
digital magazine, Snail.
So they'll switch it up a little. So
don't-
we have next
don't worry.
month
We're-
maybe to try it out. Maybe you guys can
Next.
rock your dumb dinosaur suits and I'll just be a normal person. I'll be
Ew.
a normal
So you'll
person.
be another monster.
I will be a monster. Still have some monsters in my vault that I can put
Still got
on.
your vampire you can use.
My vampire. Yeah, I got my vampire
Oh,
suit.
the
That's the only thing I
vampire.
can do. But that's good, man. Yeah, sorry we missed it. But yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I believe the Twab had some pictures of some of the winners. And they actually gave you a preview or the stuff that they use, right? Which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Having that transmog is really cool. You can kind of go in there and you can be like, okay, I like this helmet, I like that. So and it also gives you the colors and the shaders that they use too as well. Wow, dude. Grandmasters, they're here already.
Yeah.
And Snail's not excited. Like
No,
on
I'm not
previous
excited.
seasons, he used to like them Grandmasters. What's going on, Snail? Talk to us about Grandmasters.
Oh,
Well, the important thing to know is that you need to be 1345 power.
Check.
So get to there,
not
and
it.
then you can do the Grandmasters.
All right.
Why you'd want to torture yourself by doing the Grandmasters this particular season is beyond me, because they're the worst set of strikes you could possibly pick. From my favourite strike, not Exodus Black Down, whatever we call it these days.
Exodus Crash.
That's the one.
Exodus
Whatever
Black
it's
Down.
called.
Black Down.
Yeah, it's like that. It feels like that. It's bad. To The Corrupted, where it takes you a week to get to the end, and then by then you've given up all hope. Life has escaped you. To all sorts of wonderful that we have to do. That lovely tank that we never got through last time without the help of Duke is Cool. I mean, who designed this? And then we've got the first one, which is Hollowed Layer, which is going to be an absolute nightmare. Because that final room, full of arc damage, full of enemies. I don't know how that's going to be possible, but it'd be interesting to see other people do it. So I think it's going to be very pick and choose which ones you do. They made it sound like there was going to be changes happening straight away, but apparently that was miscommunicated. So the changes that they were going to put in are not going to be until December. And then we'll start to see some of those changes. But even then, I mean, the reward-wise this season, the Comedian is a shotgun that's ruined because there's better shotguns out there. And then you've got the rocket launcher, which there's better rocket launchers out there as well. So just having an adept on it, I don't see any benefit of getting either of those
adept can you
weapons.
slap on that thing? I mean, what?
Oh, there's the adept. What's it called?
Velocity?
Yeah,
Velocity. Yeah.
And you've got big ones you put on. But if you've got the one from Varg, what's the point of another one? To be honest, and shotgun wise, there's better shotguns out there than Comedian. Comedian's got hardly any good rolls on it whatsoever. So
are we going to get any of the older weapons, Paladrone and?
So they'll be dropping them in weeks. For those that didn't know about the changes, there was going to be a catch-up node, which I thought was going live at the start, but it isn't. It's not coming till later in the year. And then once you've completed it, that's the Gilded Triumph. You can't redo it, so you can only do them once, basically. But yeah, it's not the best selection of Grandmasters this month, but you know, me and Rob said we just do them for fun this month and farm some materials when it's a good week to do them. There's a couple of good ones to do. I think 2 out of the 6 are very doable, quite easy for beginners. But yeah, 4 of them are going to be an absolute nightmare to do because they're the worst ones to do. Good luck is what I'm going to say to you.
Yeah, like whenever you were mentioning some of the ones there, I believe Hollow Layer, is that the one, right? Yeah, that one's gonna be pretty tough. And then the one, is that the one where you go up the lift and you fight the witch on top? Which one's that one? Is that, I forgot what that
is.
I know.
What is that? That's the Great Keep one.
Yeah. The Great Keep, isn't it something like that?
I'm sure it's called the Red Keep, but I think it's called something Disgraced.
Disgrace. That one? No, Disgrace. That's Navoda.
That's the other one, isn't it?
That's Navoda. Yeah.
That's Navoda. I can't.
If you guys know which one I'm talking about, I think that's the only one that I have nightmares on. That's the one I fear the most. All those ads coming at you, and she's chasing you around, and that area is actually much smaller than all the other ones. Besides the one where we fight the Fanatic. The Fanatic is that's the one this week, right? I believe. Or
that's the one this week. Yeah.
So that
and
one's
secretly nerfed particle destruction. So it's doing less damage as well.
So it doesn't really help us out, stuff like that. What about focusing
I think
lens?
it's the worst selection of weapons. Focusing lens to be interesting, but I do think we've got the worst selection of weapons to do these strikes. Proving Grounds was really difficult when we had the original set of
snipers.
Really cool stuff. I mean, that was amazing because you could stay at distance and keep yourself in a good place. But trying to do Proving Grounds when you have to use a sword, a bow, and an auto rifle is going to be stupid. Proving Grounds is not going to be fun.
Well, usually time to bust up those exotics to have those hidden perks, like the Divinity. I believe Divinity is Overload. It's always good to have a Divinity in your team. Bows are typically Overload. Some of the pulse rifles too, the range, they lack so much range on the I believe what's the shape on that one? Square?
Square to you. Yeah. But auto rifle for a barrier champ is an awful selection.
Really? I
don't like
it.
That's what I meant to say. Auto rifles lack range. I apologize. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I much prefer a scout rifle for that type of thing. But only having one barrier champ this season, one type being the auto rifle was strange as well, because usually we have 2. Weird.
See, in the future of Destiny that I see talking about Grandmasters, talking about mods, champion mods, is I would like Bungie to give us the creativity for us to build our own mods. Like Snail says, I prefer anti-barrier mods. They have scout rifle. I would like to put that mod. Give me 100,000 glimmer. I don't know, something where I can buy mods and then adjust weapons for certain things. Once Tuesday comes, everything resets and you have to rebuild your loadouts according to what you want to do. I think that would be something fun in general to do for Grandmasters. If you kind of gate or stopped us from using some of the cool weapons, I mean, dude, you got fusion rifles, you have bows, swords, sidearms. I mean, who the hell is going to use that? I would like to see a video where somebody takes a sidearm to a Grandmaster and completes it, because there's no range. There's no, it's just fast rate of fire, but it's you're kind of limited. But if Bungie's going to start messing around with crafting on Witch Queen, things like that, I would like them to give us the ability in the future. Obviously, there's so much stuff on their plate to help us build our own champion mods in a sense where we can choose that option within the gun. Also, one of the things that I would like to see is have the gun have all 3 burns and you pick the burn you want. That would be cool. Instead of asking him, Snail, what's an auto rifle that's solar? And Snail's like, let me think. And trying to
Summoner.
Summoner. Yeah. Hardlight's the one. Something similar to Hardlight where you can switch between all 3 of them. That would be more accessible.
When's Hardlight going to get stasis?
That's a good question. That is actually a good question. I mean, stasis weapons are kind of weird because I don't know what exactly they do. I mean, do they freeze people, slow them down? Do they shatter?
They got unique perks. You've got headstone.
I've been using that sidearm, and I can't tell if they're freezing or not. The one that I can't pronounce, the CRY one.
The cryo.
Cryogenic one.
Yeah, but I can't tell if it's freezing or not.
Yeah.
Can you get? Is that what it's supposed to do? Freeze them?
There's different perks.
You do the hard shot, like you did with the other sidearm.
You talk about Devil's Ruin?
Yeah, you have to do the same thing. You've got like the laser beam shot, and you've got the
you got to press and hold it.
Shooting.
I would like to freeze them. That's what I would like to do.
You can if you do the power charge on it.
Okay, I haven't done that.
If she hasn't tried it,
I'll teach you.
There's a couple of weapons that I like. Their stasis actually within the pool. I like the shotgun. It's actually really fun to use. If you guys ever use it, it's a
Fractaline.
It's like a weird.
That's the one.
Yeah,
it has like a bunch of syllables at the end. That one's pretty good. It's primary. It's I believe it's it's not an aggressive frame. It's a different frame. So it shoots faster. Adapt. Yeah, I think it shoots that. Yeah. So it's really good option to have, and just having that stasis option, which is nice. And then some of the stasis armor, I haven't had a chance to mess with it. The seasonal mods this year are stasis related, I believe. So there's a couple of good ones in there. I haven't even messed with that. Maybe watching some videos or doing some crash course on that. Some of those mods may come in handy for the Grandmasters, I believe, especially if you have that focusing lens, helping out. And if you're saying that the particle deconstruction got nerfed somewhat, so that stuff's going to help us out.
There is one thing that was hidden in the notes for GMs, which is worth mentioning, is the unique Trials weapon mods are now available in GMs and the raid. So noted that you can get the unique Osiris mods now in all the activities that drop mods.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Good to know. Well, those are Grandmasters, and we're afraid of them, and we're not going to play them according to Snail's notes. So if you guys going to engage and do that, that's probably going to be the hardest seal to, I guess,
Guild this season.
Guild, I guess. Yeah, I can say that. I mean, can you imagine if you have no seals and this is the one you want to go after? That's going to be a mission in itself, But good luck to everybody. I know I'm going to try to do a few of them. There's a couple of those knife faults that Snail was mentioning. They're pretty fun to play. Really difficult, but they're pretty fun to play. Ness, let's talk about some people that can't get their names right.
Yeah, Badgezil. I reported you.
That was yesterday. Yeah.
And no one should be like throwing out that name. It's an uncomfortable.
That's a cool name. God, I wish I would have thought of it myself.
I met another snail as well. A bather snail. Yeah.
what?
Yeah, we
A
reported.
Bay the snail.
Bay this. You reported him too? God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's only one snail.
So the code of
Ooh.
conduct. So basically Bungie is asking you, if you see a name out there that is just teetering on the border,
Yeah.
report them.
Mhm.
They're going to look into it. They're going to see if it in fact actually is inappropriate, and they're going to change their name to Guardian. So if you see a lot of Guardian 245 or whatever like that, any Guardian, that's most likely they had an inappropriate name.
Yep.
You're welcome, Bill. You're welcome. Yeah.
That's hilarious. Oh my God.
So I'll just go ahead and go into the known issues.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of them that are more geared towards, well, your gear. So nothing monocles for the hunters is not working as it's supposed to. And then this is the stuff that really bothers me. Actually, it's not hunters, it's warlocks.
Yes, I was gonna say
Because
that's why
once
it's not working, because
Yeah,
it doesn't go
once
under.
again, but think about once again, it's warlocks. So right now for the middle tree, the Titan hammer throw, the speed has been increased by 60%.
Ooh, that's
Why
good.
can't we get something cool like that? You know? Let's see. For the hunter, actually, I guess I actually forgot to write down the hunter one. My bad, peeps. Something's wrong with your hunter gear. You're welcome. So then as far as some stuff from the season, if you are trying to unlock an entry in the Ripples lore book, you probably need to wait in the helm for a little while so it can unlock. Step 43 out of 53 of the Wayfinder's Voyage, which I actually encountered this. It actually points towards the portal instead of Savathun. So I kept on jumping back and forth, and Snail and freaking Silly were watching me. After 5 minutes of just laughing, they finally like, just go to Savathun. And I finally fixed it. So also, if you abandon that quest at 19 out of 53, even if you reacquire it, you'll never be able to finish it.
Interesting.
A couple things that people who are new to the game actually encountered. If you don't have Beyond Light, you don't get stasis. Let's see what
It's
else.
essential.
It's essential.
My brother didn't have it. That was kind of sad.
Yeah. So you don't have stasis then. The Ascendant of Hero, a shattered Rel Triumph, actually stops tracking after the 28th completion. Now, mind you, this is a triumph based on tracking how many completions you've done. So
Yes, it is.
after 28, it stops tracking altogether.
Oh my God.
So the astral focusing perk, the first Techian witch that you actually rescue for the week is not dropping a tier 3 weapon. So those are a couple of them that are gameplay related. One of them that I haven't encountered just yet, but it's probably something that's going to annoy a couple people. The mission cocoon, you probably will get an urchant error code. And what they're trying to tell you is you need to clear out your quest inventory. So those are the ones that I thought were the most important. There's still a bunch more, which you can go into known issues and look at.
Yep.
Nice.
They always have plenty of issues. But Bungie does a really good job of trying to jump on them and get things situated. We were able to get our Deadeye because we were able to fix some of those issues that regarding that one. It took a while, but we were able to get it, which was pretty nice. Well, with that, we're going to get into Snail's lore corner. He has a little story to talk about. I'm actually 2 weeks behind. I told Snail I haven't played the story in a while, so I'm kind of confused. What I believe the example I told him is like watching a TV show and I missed 2 episodes, and then somebody is explaining to me what's going on this week, and I'm like, what? How do we get here? Who is this person? Why
you
is
don't see Savathun come out of the rock?
Why do I need to hug Crow? What's going on with Crow? That was my big question when I told Snail. Take it away, Snail.
Yeah, and that's the reason why one of my notes says "Season of the Lost" people are lost. Because FOMO has never been as bad as it is at the moment, because it is like a TV show. If you missed an episode, you're like, what the hell is going on?
Correct.
Because things have happened around you and you're like, what? And then you're catching up. But yeah, in Crown Watch there's nothing, but Crow finally knows who he was and what happened to him in his past life.
Nice.
A
spoiler alert, by the way. Spoiler alert to me and spoiler to
scary.
everybody.
Nobody
It's not
told
spoiled to everybody.
Somebody would have told them by now.
No one's told Crow. I don't know whether that was to protect themselves more than protecting.
I'm surprised
Crow.
no one's told him. That's true. I just think about that.
I
Like,
shot him.
Would we tell him that we killed him?
I shot him.
well, wait, hold
I
on.
don't think we
I mean,
would.
did we, or is it Petra that did it? I mean,
Well, we'll never know.
We'll never know, right?
No,
We'll
I
never
shot
know.
him.
But apparently, he does refer to us as being the person that killed him. So
Okay.
Yeah.
okay,
3
so
times.
that's kind of
I did it 3 times.
3 times. But interesting is Aldrin's last words. So I don't know if Ness caught this when she was doing it the other night. But in the scene that we see, pardon?
He said he loved me. I caught him.
No, that wasn't what he said. But in the scene that obviously Vega's not seen yet, but Ness has, Savathun has a whole conversation about telling Crow these secrets and asks him to touch her and then gives him a vision of what, I know it sounds wrong, gives him a vision of what happened in his past life.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of issues here. One, we don't know what type of vision he's been given, what truths have been told and not told, because we've not been shown that. So what version of the truth has he been shown? We know some of it is the version that we know because he mentions it when he talks to us further on. But there's a really interesting line that's sort of hidden in this touch piece, where in the distance you can hear him say some specific words, and those specific words were everything I did for her, which is said in Aldrin's voice, not in Crow's voice. And to take you back, as we've just mentioned, Aldrin's last words were exactly those. Everything I did for her. The line between light and dark is so thin. And do you know which side you're on? And that's where the scene cuts out and they hear the gunshot. And it's funny that we've come all the way from Forsaken to now, and there is this line between light and dark, and we've crossed it to some extent. And this her piece, it's always referring to his sister. And the way the scene plays out suggests that he's talking about Savathun, but it isn't. He's talking about his sister. And actually he's cutting his lines and moving. From there on in, as the scenes play out, he asks to be reassigned. He gets reassigned to going to help Keitel with her little project she's doing with the black feet in the background that we've forgotten about. You know, there's those triangles in the distance that are destroying the galaxy.
So many storylines going up at once.
But it's kind of a unique position that we're seeing the Crow in, because there is only a handful of Guardians that know their past lives, and a Bray being a unique example because of the time sort of fluctuations. There is a couple of others that were driven mad, but Crow is kind of unique now because he knows his whole life. We're assuming he knows his whole lives, because he's been shown everything. It's interesting to know how he was shown those other things, but yeah, it's quite scary, and we're in a really strange time because this is going to throw Mara off completely, because her brother's now cut ties and gone. She's lost her brother, and Savathun has played a really clever game of putting a divide in, and I can see that she's becoming, Mara's going to become more reckless with the decisions she's going to make, because they're based on emotion of losing her brother, and her brother knowing loads of information that she was trying to keep from him as well, because she wanted to mold that herself and get her brother back. So it's in a really sort of tipping point place with the story at the moment. So yeah, and then my funny thought of the day is we're collecting tech witches for Mara at the moment. Does that make her the Witch Queen?
That's what he was
I'll
saying.
leave that out there.
See, I saw what you did there. I saw what you did there.
Yeah,
So maybe she is.
Maybe she is. Maybe it's all been a lie. The truth. That's what it was saying. The truth is there's a different Witch Queen.
Yeah. That's what I told Snail. Maybe that's why she locked up her brother. He hates him.
But there's loads of little stories behind the scenes. So we were talking before the show. There's things like the spider trying to escape Tangle Shore because he was torturing crows. There's loads of stuff about the torture of Crow and how his ghost was tortured and taken apart, and all these different bits and bobs. There's a brilliant piece of story that you pick up at the end of all the stories this week, with Crow on board his spaceship cradling his ghost, and there's a real sort of love between the two of them, which I thought was quite sweet.
Yeah.
Weirdly, he's on Venus. Now, he's gone to see Keitel, but actually he's not gone to Keitel, he's gone to Venus. Bizarrely, Venus is where Aldrin went secretly, and we don't know why Aldrin was there. So has he gone to check out what his past life was doing on that planet? We can only question.
Yeah, probably trying to follow the little threads back to a little, trying to figure out what's going on, And then
Funny
also to
Shigeru, the weapon Shigeru's Wrath.
Shigeru's Wrath, yeah.
Shigeru was on that planet doing dodgy stuff for the darkness.
And she was a warlock.
She was.
Yeah. Damn warlock.
Could she be involved? There's loads of stuff going on.
There's a warlock that couldn't use her nothing monicles, right? She couldn't use them.
She's like, oh crap.
Damn, no issues. She's all so much stuff, man. So much
Do you reckon they have that? Someone's phone up said, "Oh, by the way, don't use your weapon this week. It doesn't work. We turned it off." What do you mean? I've got Callisto taken into the Garden Salvation. You're telling me I can't use it?
All these conversations happening behind the scenes. I would like to see a show of that. That'd be funny. Somebody calls him. Oh man, yeah. There's so much lore, so much storylines. They're kind of seeing the light of day. Some of the stuff that's people kind of knew what was going to happen, but some of the stuff is like out the blue curveballs and things like that. Is Crow still in 3 locations now? Because he's at the helm, he's at the he's with the spider. Did they fix all that stuff yet?
He's everywhere. No, he's everywhere.
Well, the first thing I want to do, I cannot think about the Christmas event because the seasonal event for Halloween should be, I'm hoping, next week. But I feel so bad for Crow that I am going to bake, and I'm saying this on the show right now, all the cookies for him. And for everybody else, all the cookies are going to be baked for him, and then just so that way I can make him feel better. Especially him and his ghost, because they're probably sad. He's going to be fat. Which I'm kind of curious. What do you think his cookies are going to be called? Something with a crow name, right? A feather cookie or feather. Golden feathered.
The blood of Cade.
No, he got a little bit too morbid. A murder. You know what a murder is now?
A murder of crows.
Yeah, it's a group of crows. Yeah, I like that.
I know. We have the Tower of London here. If the crows leave, then the world falls apart, apparently.
Yeah, you guys have all the crows in the world there, just congregating, having a meeting. Well, guys, there's also a little news on the side. Me and Snail are going to create a business talk podcast. We spent a lot of time before the show. This is what happens when Ness shows up late, like usual. Me and Snail kind of jumps in there. Talk about business. We're all looking at stocks exchange and which companies are going public, things like that. I mean, it's pretty interesting, but we don't want to bore you guys.
We'll record it one day just so you can have a laugh as we're working out. What is the currency?
What is the currency?
What's the exchange rate again?
Jeez, man.
Dongs?
Oh,
dongs,
man.
Yeah.
Dongs. That's Thailand. I believe that's dongs. Yeah. And also, Snail, correct me if I'm wrong. I can't believe I'm asking this on the episode. We're still recording. Welsh money has a dragon in it, right? Like
dragons?
A dragon, right? Does it have a dragon on it or something like that? I heard
with the British pounds. There are some British pound coins with dragons on because they make those different types of.
I heard they were going to put a penis on that dragon. Is that true?
Really?
Somebody's making this up, or what?
Yeah, someone's making this up. I sent you a great video today.
God, man, I'm so gullible. God damn it. I'm like looking forward to going over there and looking at it. I'm like, where is it? Where is it? Oh, man. I'm going to be disappointed now. You know what? Whoever told me this is going to listen to this goddamn episode and they're going to laugh their ass off.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
For the noob.
Oh, my God. No, I want to conceal their identity for protection.
I did send you a great video the other day talking about the Welsh,
the colors,
the
colors
dragon,
of the Welsh,
where there's this whole conversation about we're going to make the Welsh flag. So Wales, what colour do you want your flag to be? We would like a green stripe for the grass. Oh, brilliant!
That's nice. Yeah.
What else? A white stripe for the sky. White, okay, fair enough. Okay. And red. Red was very Italy hungry. No. It's not going to be a stripe. It's going to be a creature. Okay. What creature we're going for? A dragon.
That's
there's 32 countries with animals on their flags. They're all real. Please, can we have a dragon? Okay, you can have a dragon, but promise it's not going to do any stupid pose. Like, don't talk to the hand with the face ain't listening type pose. And that's the exact pose we've got on the Welsh flag. Oh, that's
We're
the
gonna
story.
see that.
Okay,
We're gonna
very
see that
funny.
up close, man. February. That's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna get that dragon hat when we go to the Wake Up rugby game. It's gonna be fun.
That'd be good.
It's gonna be fun, man. Looking forward to it. Well, guys, 1 week away from our 1-year anniversary. No show next week, but the week after that, we'll be back on for episode 46. 47. This was episode 46. And I believe I want to, if you guys don't mind, the week after that, which will be two shows from now, that's episode 48, falls on Halloween weekend. So can we attempt to do a live episode on YouTube and maybe dress up? I'm just throwing that out there, guys. That'd be kind of fun.
I'm gonna wear my raptor suit.
Yeah, I don't know. Wear whatever you want.
I'll
Because
wear it.
Halloween is Christmas to me. So I'm thinking about dressing up as something amazing. And I'm not even
I'm
going
going
to
to be
tell
the
you.
witch queen.
Yeah, I'm going to be a tech witch.
Oh my God.
You could be a witch. Dude, that's true. You could be a tech witch. You could just put on some headphones and be a DJ. Dress as a witch. Dress as a-
Oh, I can't wait.
Oh my
It's going to be
God.
hilarious.
That's going to be fun, man. Well, thank you guys for
I'm going to
joining
be a
us.
snail.
Thank you guys for joining us, man. This is episode 46. My name is Vega. My gamer tag is Vega6417. You can find me on Xbox Live. You can also find me on Twitter under Jasubius. And then check out our 3 Warlocks podcast Twitter. It's Warlocks 3. You guys can leave a comment there and kind of check in with us. Or if you guys want to go to the YouTube channel, just search 3 Warlocks and you guys can leave a comment. You guys can watch us. You can put faces to the names you're hearing. And yeah, feel free to do that, guys. Ness, go ahead.
All right. My name is Ness1 on Xbox and Twitch. When I Twitch once every 6 months on a Wednesday. We also run genuine_apathy on Instagram, and my personal account is AlexisB1. Thank you for all your messages. We really appreciate it. And for those of you that need help, never hesitate to reach out. Snaily Snail.
I'm with Snail. Hashtag 2268 and some other numbers. You can find me on Xbox. Thank you to the person who sent me a lovely message the other day after the PvP match saying I'll never go flawless in Trials. So I sent them a picture of me going flawless in Trials. Yeah, thank you very much for those comments. They drive me on. Bizarrely, the game after that was my 20 kill streak. So thank you very much for the inspiration.
Motivation right there. I love it, man. I love it. I love the fact that Destiny is going further into the storyline. We're preparing for Witch Queen. We're obviously getting better as Guardian, as Snail has been kind of getting that PvP bug. Trials is moving to the right directions. Man, Bungie's doing a lot of stuff. They seem to be hiring new people, and yeah, it seems like they're getting ready for this giant release. And this is a really long season. There's still plenty of stuff to kind of look forward to, which is kind of amazing. But thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate you guys, Ness, Snail. Just always remember, guys, eyes up, Guardians, and always remember, when in Rome, baby.
We'll put the cats amongst the pigeons.
And we know we don't ever
Yes,
do
we do.
that.